Continuing on, this is part 2. One reason that the public schools never get taught anything about electromagnetic frequencies and their effect on human and animal life, as well as other things, if they have ears and senses that they can detect the frequencies. These damaging, stronger frequencies radiate into all living things and produce electromagnetic radiation just as electrical and electronic products do. Living things are saturated with a broad band of interference to their frequencies, their individual frequencies. Publications were offered from the 50s through the 70s and have since been removed from search engines. One such article was published by the Joint Technical Advisory Committee, Spectrum Engineering, The Key to Progress, in March of 1968. And good luck in finding it today. Its content is a massive wake-up call and a warning, and it came out in the 60s. One bottom line is that artificial created frequencies could be used to cure anything and could enhance intellect, brain function, and longevity of life, but instead of these, they have taken this life and health support processes and turned it, the Egyptian, Roman aristocracy and their corporate military industrial complex has weaponized this artificial frequency technology to harm and to control all life. Life is frequencies, and from TV and radio frequencies, radar, Wi-Fi, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, all life has been saturated into sickness and death. Over 200,000 species have gone extinct since man weaponized frequencies and began to keep records. And now man is on the list. And population domination and control is far from being a myth. Electromagnetic wavelengths are the key to damaging you. Infrasonic wavelengths go from 0.001 megahertz to 10 millimeter, from 0.001 millimeter hertz to 10 millimeters. Then sonic audio goes from 100 to 1,000. Then the ultrasonic goes from 100 kilohertz to 1,000 kilohertz, or the same thing as 1,000 kilohertz is 1 megahertz, and up. And the Gwyn towers produce these frequencies, not just the cell and radio towers. The Gwyn towers produce these frequencies through the surface of the earth as well as into the air. And let me tell you something else. Now, since people are starting to awaken to these cell towers and how the grid network is all controlled, GPS is all works off cell towers. There's no such thing as satellites and never has been. There's vehicles, aircraft of different types that can carry radar, that can carry frequencies and do observations. But there are no such thing as satellites because we live on a flat stationary earth that's enclosed by an electromagnetic force field. That means nothing orbits. Radio, television, radar at a military millimeter set of waves has been used since the 50s or before. They were used in the Second World War, Vietnam, and every war since then. These millimeter waves penetrate your skin into your body and damage your cells and your DNA. And I got a whole lot more to tell you about. Millimeter wave radar microdoppler signatures of human motion. One meaning of this is radar microdoppler signatures are used in surveillance to detect human and animal movement. and presence, heat sources and everything else, infrared. It shows the movements of every body part at 77 gigahertz. Many new designs of surveillance systems have been engineered from the analysis and from the studying of these systems as they create them. It leads and opens door to more of their satanic and devilish creations that harm life, Wi-Fi enables the government to see you anywhere, and the military millimeter waves gives them the highest resolution in living technicolor. Think of the pervs that's watching your children in the bathtub and taking pictures and videos of them, watching you and your spouse or your friends doing anything that you do. All items, everything from a condom in your pocket, your wallet, an ink pen, a concealed carry, or false teeth are clearly visible to them, and what's in your bowels, or what you speak, and today, what you're thinking about. And of course, you'll argue with us, and people like me, due to your uneducated and your ignorance and your stupidity, which stems a whole lot from your vain pride and your lack of interest. Here's a good question for dummies. Have you actually seen an increase in upload or download speeds with 5G? Hell no, you have not. And that's a lie that you bought, just like you have been taught. Believe without question or proof. Since they can tell what a targeted individual is thinking and analyze why you're thinking that way, they can change your thought process or just confuse you to distraction or drowsiness or make your interest to wander to some other place or come to a dead end, and you don't even know what you originally had started thinking about. NATO's active denial system is now online with 5G. That stuff ranges, they tell you that it ranges up to 1,000 meters. Folks, they're not going to tell you the truth. There is no range limit on those frequencies, folks. They flew over Rwanda in Africa, and their frequencies ended up in killing over 1 million people out the back of a C-130 jumbo jet. Or a C-130 jumbo jet. The amplifiers that are being installed on towers and street lights and poles, box units deployed on your streets, in your yards, in country fields, on roads, power lines, and dirt roads, is the installation and deployment of an invisible fence that can keep you confined and imprisoned within their millimeter waves, that can burn you, hurt you with intense pain. It can damage your hearing. It can drive you totally crazy in seconds. It can control your mind to a point that you will kill your family members, your pets, anyone, or outright kill you down to the surface beneath where you're standing or sitting. 5G is what they needed to do these things on a biblical stage, and Trump has made sure that this has happened across the North American continent. He's an Illuminatist. He's a Swiss Nazi, Scot-German Templar. He's a Masonic monster, traitor, and treasonous to the Constitution, who burns the candles from both ends at once. Now, I will admit, he's the lesser of the two evils that was running for the presidency. But your votes mean nothing. All of that political game is all done by them. You have no say-so. But they make you think that you've got a part in democracy. Democracy is a controlled environment at gunpoint. That's what democracy is. Democracy by gunpoint. And here's some facts. Radar penetrates foliage. Electromagnetic radiation and microwave foods and water contaminates It poisons, and it eventually kills all life. People did testing. Microwave water kills houseplants, kills garden plants. How many microwaved foods or cups of coffee have you consumed? How many microwaves do you have in your house? There's only one possible solution against this assault of technology from the military-industrial complex, which is controlled by the Pharaonic and Roman aristocracy, and that is a physical defense. Once they have all their bases covered, even the possibility of a defense becomes non-existent. When 5G is spread out completely across the U.S., there will be no defense. They can use frequencies and stop as many people as can gather together. And your weapons will be useless. You can't even get close enough to them to use small arms. You'll be imprisoned all the rest of your days. Millimeter and microwaves damage vision from your eyes and perception and discernment, just like fluoride. These waves alter the resonance of oxygen and water, as well as the resonances of oxygen and water molecules within your body. Militaristic frequency weapons are entering into your body all the time. So your body's molecular structure is diversely altered and restructured and reprogrammed against itself. Your DNA is no longer your own. Infrared millimeter waves alters water absorption and molecular rotation and vibration of the cells of your body. Note this. Your National Weather Service meteorologists have to sign a secret disclosure clause not to tell anybody about the HAARP controlling all the weather and everything. And they have to sign this in order to have the job that they lie to you and deceive you with, convincing you with smiling faces about BS reasons for HAARP's weather control, disasters, and crazy phenomenons that people are witnessing all across the earth. They are government disinfo agents of the lowest degree of criminals, and as is most all of mainstream media today. One cure for these lying traitors is a full swing line drive from a Louisville slugger across the bridge of the nose. 5G absorbs or destroys oxygen absorption in the atmosphere and in your body. And 5G absorbs water vapor and molecules from the Earth's surface and your body that creates a tinderbox effect for forest fires that they start with their direct energy weapons. They have all of this technology for recognizing dry areas and forest fires, but yet they never put the forest fires out. It's because they start them. I remember videos about firemen fighting fires in the woods, and United Nations or military people, CIA, whatever they were, ordered the firemen out of the woods. Let it burn. We started it. We want it to burn. I have videos of something that happened in Tennessee where people were starting fires with flamethrowers coming up through the woods. The man that I rented from on top of Mountaintop, I asked him what were they doing. He said he has no idea. He's never seen anybody going in the woods with flamethrowers intentionally and deliberately starting fires. I'm coming back with part 3.